Welcome to SPG Saturday. We are going to do the service. We're running empty coal cars to Rockwood. We're going to be starting from the Cumberland, not Cumberland Yard. It's going to be kind of an early morning service, so we're going to use the AC 4400. We will go over setting up the cab and everything, just so that if you have questions or whatever, we'll go over that. If you're still having some issues getting it going, we'll go over everything. We're not going to have any snow or anything crazy like that like last time. Although I still want to go back at some point and try that again. Maybe when I have one of my days off from class during the week. We have one coming up, I think, soon. I don't remember when, but we'll do that maybe on a day where I have. There shouldn't be any homework or anything. I think the schools has made that clear that they don't want students have to worry about homework on that break. Unlike some professors who still like to hand out assignments or whatever, or stuff to do on the day off. It should be a complete day off because we're not getting a Easter break this year, or spring break, I should say, this semester. So anyway, so we may do that then, just for fun. But anyway, hopefully everybody's having a good Saturday evening. I was going to try to do this earlier, but kind of got held up. Had some internet issues. It finally got sorted, and then I got tied up doing some other stuff. So let's get this bad boy set up. Alright, so we're going to go put this in forward. We're going to go to air brakes, which is that 1, just below F1. Make sure it says IFD digit 1, air brakes. So you'll see right there, if you can see it, it says cut out trail. Just below, you want to look for the F3, which should say cut in. You see that change to cut in there. Right next to it, F4, it says lead or trail. And then it should say lead. And then you want to go over here to F6 to change that setup. So everything should be like this. It should say cut in lead, because we are the lead locomotive. Okay. A lot of times, and I used to forget it as well when I first started playing this route. It was easy to forget. Okay, so we're going to get that's all set up. We're going to get the lights turned on. We're going to get the we'll get out of the seat actually to I'm going to turn the generator field on, and we want to make sure our gauge lights are on, step lights are on. We don't need the heating or air conditioning, and we're going to get the numbers on, and I believe everything else should be set. I hear the radio, so I think we do have a let's make sure that's on. I don't know if we have a banking comm in the back. Let's take a look here before we get moving. No, we don't. But it's all empty, so we should be okay. I think whatever we have the 4400. We have another 4400. Oh, we have 3 4400s. Look at that. That is impressive. That's some serious locomotive power right there. So we should be good to go for the trip up. I don't anticipate any issues, really. I think we'll be okay. So we're going to go ahead and get the brakes released. They'll do their thing. We'll go ahead and get the window open. So we are here in this yard. And we're going to... This is our via point way up there. So we'll get going here in a moment. Now, unloaded... coal cars shouldn't take much to get going. Shouldn't being the key word, but we'll see how things go. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can get moving. There's 3. Yeah, see, look at that. Not much. When it's unloaded, it does not take much. And of course, we're on flat land, so it really shouldn't take a whole lot to get it going. Okay. We'll have a nice look outside here. There we are, those 3 beautiful 4400s. I did not expect it. I thought maybe we'd have a 4400, maybe an SD40 to take these back to our destination. But apparently, you know, for whatever reason, we're blessed with 3 4400s. So, yeah, we got some serious traction power there. But we'll still have to, you know, even though they're not loaded down, we're still going to have to, you know, we got to go up the grade, which is going to be a bit of a challenge, but we get up and over. Yeah, should be a good trip. So, hopefully everybody enjoys it. I'll be posting this video on my YouTube shortly after it's done. And then I was going to maybe do some other stuff tonight, some other routes, but I think I'm just going to do this and then call it a night. I got a bunch of reading to do, and some posts I have to make for those readings, and so I figured this would be a good way to kind of wrap up our Saturday evening. We got a 15-mile-an-hour coming in. Oh, that's right, because we were going to go through the town coming up. We have to go slow. We don't want to scare the folks living there. Give them a little. There we go. Let them know it's 5:30 in the morning there, here outside Cumberland, and they're just coming through the town, and you know, we'll let everybody know that we're on duty here, running up the grade. So anyway, yeah. So nice, cold. Goodness, the last couple of days have been really cold here in New York. We had a little bit of a dusting this morning with some snow, but it's pretty much gone. But it's been really frigid temperatures outside, so yeah, I had to run and get a few snacks, and I went to the laundromat to get some change to do laundry, and it was just bitter cold out. Really something else. Yeah, I figure hopefully this is I'd rather run some non-snow just to kind of maybe get a little karma going, and maybe the spring weather will arise sooner rather than later. That's my hope. We'll see. So yeah, nice early morning, sun's coming up. It'll be definitely a lot brighter by the time we get to our destination, which is, we're gonna go past Salisbury. I forget where we're stopping at, but yeah. Shouldn't be a bad journey. Bad little trip here on the grade. Kind of reiterating what I was talking about last night when I did the 465. Do check that out. There's plenty of videos out there besides my own about the locomotive in general. You know, lots of people have been running it pretty much non-stop, it seems. So yeah, if you're on the fence about it, I highly recommend picking up. It's well worth it. Plenty of services, like a boatload, I think you get on top of the 4 scenarios. So yeah, definitely check that out. You know, there's been more talk about upcoming routes, and I think the speculation is, and I don't know if it's 100% confirmed or what the deal is, but the 70s pack for Great Western Express might be coming out this coming Thursday. Let's see, The 11th, I think, is when it's arriving for sale. I That's what it sounded like, but I don't know that's 100% confirmed. Don't quote me on it. But if so, that'll be great. We'll pick that up. I think I have most everything that they offer in there. It's just going to be in some different livery colors and all that. So, but whatever's there, we'll get it, and we'll incorporate that into our UK Route Tuesday, or not UK Route Tuesday, into the UK rotation when we do videos Fridays and Saturdays. I think going forward, I'm going to try to do at least 3 different routes on Friday and 3 different routes on Saturday. That's a lot of it's going to be a lot of time, but I think that's the only way I can really do any kind of content creation or putting up videos here on my channel, on my YouTube especially. I only get 1 viewer on Twitch. Totally fine with that. I'm not too upset about that. Of course, it'd be great if I had like 30 or 40 people, but I can't I can't manage that many people in a stream. I don't have the capability, and I would have to get moderators and stuff, and sometimes that can be problematic, because people always, I'm seeing a lot of times now, and I'm not going to go off on a tangent here, and I apologize. I'm seeing a lot of people going into streams who are just they like to go in and stir up trouble for the people who are doing the streams, and I don't particularly care for that. I know a lot of people, myself included, we're all going through a lot of tough times. I'm not immune to that either. And it would be nice if people just came in and just watched, talked about the game, or like if they're rail fans and enjoyed train spotting, and they're thinking about where they'd like to go when they're able to get out and go train spotting again, But a lot of people just are really, they don't, when people are doing well and they're just, they're happy and they're making content and they're creating things to share with others, some people just can't stand that for whatever reason. And so they have to bring everybody down to their level of misery. And I wish that wasn't the case, but I think that's just part of human nature sometimes, unfortunately. I've had my fair share of tough times over the years. And so I try to, if people are feeling a bit down or feeling that nobody cares about them, I do my best. Sometimes it may not come across that way, but I try to be positive for others and say, hey, tomorrow's, just like the old saying goes, tomorrow's a brand new day. Don't let today get you down, Or as they said in Batman, why do we fall down? So we learn how to pick ourselves back up. Everybody's had their sets of challenges over this past year. Some maybe more than others. Won't deny that, but just come in and just relax and enjoy the stream. Look at, this. I know it's fake scenery, but think about this. If you were there in real life, that you would be, well, it'd probably be cold as heck, and there'd probably be a lot of snow. I've not looked at the weather on the Sandpatch Grade recently, or looked at the live stream camera that's perched around on one of the areas there, but yeah, this seems like it'd be a really kind of a peaceful town, and the only thing that's noisy is the locomotives going through. So but anyway, yeah, I wish people would kind of just take a deep breath, relax, come in and hang out, watch a stream, enjoy it. The people that I've watched, I've learned a lot about some railroad history, and I enjoyed that. I wish there was these books that I could pick up and read about especially in the UK, for instance. There's a lot of history, and I enjoy the fact that the people who are in the chats in a lot of these streams that I watch have this knowledge of all that kind of stuff, and I really respect that. But anyway, yeah. So I'm trying. My goal is to try to do something that is enjoyable. It's I don't know everything about every route or every locomotive or whatever. I make mistakes just like everybody else. Try to learn from them. So yeah. Hopefully, whatever I create here is something that people enjoy watching. Whether it's my one viewer on my Twitch stream, whoever you may be, or whoever views my stuff on YouTube later on at some point. So yeah, that's my goal. That's my wish. But yeah, I can't to try to manage a chat during the live stream. It's tough because I see a lot of times people get distracted from what they're doing, and it's not always easy. So I'm happy that I have my one viewer. Still hasn't said hello in the chat, so which is fine. You don't have to, whoever you are, or if you're a new viewer or a returning viewer, you're more than welcome here. So yeah, that's my spiel for right now. So hopefully it's all good. So we made our way through town, and we're still heading to Hindeman. Slow climb. We started off going fairly good, and now we're at the we're doing the zigzag of the front. That's our via point there. So we'll be back up to speed here a little bit more here shortly, but we'll be back down to crawling up the hill in no time. And then we'll so we go Hindeman, Mance, Salisbury, and we'll see once we get past him, and we should be able to see what's happening after that. Surprised we don't have a second operator over there in the other chair, but that's okay. But I would think that would be something that would be an automatic, like in real life they would have. Well, they'd probably have 3 operators. So I don't know. But yeah, I picked the light gray and blue livery. I love that. The look on this locomotive and that livery is just phenomenal, I think. Yeah, looks really good. The other day, I'll just throw this out there too. We got a second one back here too. That just looks great. Look at that. That is just beautiful. And then we got the regular, all blue, the regular livery with the newer CSX logo compared to this one. But anyway, Norfolk Southern runs through the town where I live, and I was walking over to Walmart the other day. And there was the car carriers from Oakville are there. It just said CN on the side for Canadian National. So I kind of laughed to myself, and I was like, wait a minute, I didn't know I lived so close to Oakville subdivision. But yeah, they were parked there. I don't know which way they were heading. There was quite a few different things. There was one even, I think it was at BNSF, Burlington Northern Santa Fe on it too. So yeah, there was just a mixture of stuff sitting there. There was some box cars, car carriers, and I think some tankers. I'm trying to remember what else I saw. But anyway, yeah, so I just thought that was kind of funny when I saw that. Wait a minute. Which, I mean, I guess Oakville wouldn't take long to get here, really. far, depending on how many stops they have to make along the way for crew changes and stuff like that. Because Rochester's a couple hours drive from here. But yeah, anyway, so I just thought that was kind of funny. I saw the part of it. I took a picture of it and posted on Discord. I really wish, and I know downtown there is a small yard where Norfolk Southern operates at. There is kind of like a driveway that if you were able to kind of sneak up, you could look down the yard and maybe snap a couple pictures, but there are signs posted that they don't want any kind of photography or filming. They, basically, if you go past a certain point, you are trespassing on their property. So yeah, I don't think they would tolerate that very well. But there's really not. I mean, theoretically, there's one place maybe you could try to train watch from, or the yard, but you'd be standing there for quite some time. And it's not probably the safest spot, really. So yeah, I really wish they had some more spots for people to watch the action. I mean, not that it's a lot going on there, but anyway. It's already starting to get a little bit lighter now. Got maybe about 3/4 moon or about a half, give or take, there. Got some clouds in the sky. Some nice color in the sky. Look at that. That is really nice. Really nice, chilled, relaxed trip up the grade. No crazy wheel slip or locked up brakes like we had last time I was on the sand patch grade. Yeah. So. We got a 50-mile-an-hour coming up. I think we'll speed up to maybe 60 or so after that. So yeah, we'll make a good quick run, and then as soon as we hang that left turn past Hyman, that's when it's going to get really steep. But we'll see. I don't think, quite honestly, that it's going to be too much of a struggle with these three locomotives. I can't really think that it would be, but we'll find out here in a short while. Going to go ahead and we're just going to drop the hammer and just go full throttle. Listen to that. That is impressive. Look, that is just wow. That did not take long to get to 50 miles an hour. I mean, we've got a fairly long train. It goes all the way back there. It's fairly, it's not a, so yeah, I mean, still to get going up to 50 that quickly, that's impressive. Even with just empty cars. Really cool. So we're just under 8 miles to Hinman, and so we'll make that left turn. Start making our way up the grade there. nice little towns here. I really would like to visit this area someday in person. Just see, you know, how close is it to real that you know, when they made this route. Now I think, from what I heard about this route, this is one of the first routes that came out in Train Sim World, I think. So it's a fairly old route compared to, well, I guess compared to Southeastern High Speed, right? Which was, I think, new for PC users and console users. So I don't know how long ago they were able, you know, certainly this was scanned well before the pandemic hit, so I don't know how much of it is still, you know, like fairly close to being spot on, how much of it is no longer there. I'm not sure how many years it's been since they've been there. To actually, you know, gather information for the route. Alright, yeah, we got, another 50 coming up here. I thought, for some reason, for a moment there, I thought it said 60. Slightly downhill. We're just going to coast for a little bit. And like I mentioned before yesterday, and I'll mention again before I'm done for the evening, when you watch my video on YouTube, once I get it uploaded, and I will do that as soon as we're done, I'll get it downloaded, processed, and put on onto my YouTube channel. Please do check out my Flickr page. Over 7,000 photos that I've taken over the years. Cars, trains, travel stuff, just pictures of me. There's pictures of me there too, if you're curious to see what I look like kind of over the years. I don't think I've changed that much, but yeah, lots of different car stuff. And then also my Redbubble, you can purchase different things from there. There's car photos on there. There are some train stuff there too. A few travel things. I took some pictures at the Alamo in San Antonio, Texas, when I was there years ago for military leadership school. So yeah, please check that all out. If you feel, you know, if there's something on my Flickr that you like, drop a comment. I'll see if I can upload it onto my Redbubble and purchase a print or whatever you may want. Maybe it's a coffee mug or whatever it is. Please do not download my photos for your own use. That's not cool. It's copyrighted. I own the copyrights to those photos, so please don't do that, because that is stealing from me. So if you want my work, please pay me for it. That's all I ask. Also, there's a link to my SoundCloud where I posted links, or not links, recordings from my radio show that I did for my radio production class back in the spring of 2019. So some of them just have me talking a little bit. There is an interview I did with my radio production instructor, Ed Evans, who was he's worked in radio and television for many years. He was a TV news person local in Indiana. I watched, he had some of his old stories that he did when he was in Indiana, and he looks a lot different, trust me. But yeah, really top-notch guy. I'm so thankful that I got to work with him, in that classroom, and one of the few people that I really felt a connection with when I was at that college, or community college. So yeah, it's just talking. We did he kind of did an interview with me about cars and what I like about cars, as a way of showing radio production students how to do an interview, kind of a thing. So I helped them out with that. So that is on there as well, if you want to hear me talk a few minutes about cars. But yeah, do check that out as well. It's linked on my YouTube channel. So yeah, and the radio shows, it does have the music, so that's in there. It's a couple different genres of music. I've got some easy listening / dance music, and lots of 80s music, of course, because I am a huge 80s music fan. So yeah, check that out, please. I think hopefully you enjoy it. Try to have some fun with it and everything. So yeah. That max speed. I'm pretty sure I've seen it before, but I just noticed it now for some reason. It'd be nice if there was a way, and I guess you could theoretically, but somebody was mentioning in the stream chat earlier today. I'm not going to name names or anything, but it's one of those things that people say this route is boring. And for some people it might be. I like it. It does, if nothing else, Sandpatch Grade will test your patience. There's no doubt about that. Because there's a lot of hills, especially if you're hauling loaded cars, whether it be the tankers or coal or whatever it is. You have to really pay attention to what you're doing. It's not just hit the throttle and go, and you can just go 60 miles an hour the whole way through. That's not very safe. It's not very realistic either. Now, certainly, if this route was designed for those kinds of speeds, but it's not. They have to cut back and forth. They have to kind of zigzag through the mountains. It's not a straight shot, because I think that would just put too much strain on the engines themselves. So that wouldn't, I don't think the engines would last very long, or they'd be in the shop constantly because they'd just be really stressed. I think it's a really beautiful route. We were talking about that too, that this is certainly one of the most scenic routes, no matter when it was first designed, as far as I'm concerned. It's certainly, I like it. It's just beautiful, I think. What was I going to put? I forgot now. But yeah, we were talking, it would be nice, I think, certainly, but it kind of takes away, I don't know, I don't understand. Maybe it's just me, or I don't know. But I kind of feel like, why is there this push to get through everything so quick? Yeah, we've got routes where you can do 200 miles an hour, but then people complain, well, it's boring because it doesn't take very long to finish. So what's the point? But then they complain that this one's too long. It's too long, it's too slow. It's just, I don't know, I appreciate everything in the game. I can, if I, for whatever reason, decide, Sandpatch is just it's out of the question tonight, it's going to be too much to do, I would have just done something else, or I just wouldn't have done a video at all. But I could have come in and said, well, instead of Sandpatch Grade, we're going to do, we're going to do just nothing but speed, and we're going to go on the LGB Mediterranean, and then we're going to go on the ice trains, and then we're going to go on Southeastern high speed. it could have been like a speed Saturday, but I wanted to do this because it is slow, it's relaxing, beautiful scenery. We've got this nice sunrise coming. We've got 3 minutes to 6 in the game. We've got this nice little light orange, and kind of starting, light blue, and it's just really nice. I don't know why people just can't enjoy it for what it is. I mean, it's not real. It's just a game, but just come in and just take a moment and enjoy it. All right, we're coming up to Hinman, so we're coming around the corner. We'll be coming around the corner when she comes. So we're getting there. We're going to drop down. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and let get up the throttle here because we got a 25 coming up. So yeah, we're hanging that left there. We're going to go in the tunnel. The zigzag will start all the way, at least in that next area. So here we go. Mance, okay, so it doesn't say. So once we get past Mance and 12 miles, we'll see where we're going to be stopping at. Love this little bridge right here. Real cool. I'm just gonna hit the brakes a little bit, but the speed should just definitely drain off by the time we get there. Oh, well, it says Brunswick to Newell, but I know that's not. We're stopping way before that, but we'll see here shortly. All right, now we got that 1.5% grade. All right, now. Notch 4. Alright, so notch 4, we're starting to pick up a little bit of speed. 5. But now, I think we'll start to see that weight of even those empty cars. It's going to start. We're going up almost a 1.5% grade. Okay, now let's see if we go down to 3. Will that maintain our speed, or are we going to have to? Somewhere along the line we'll get through some tunnels too. Yeah, so far so good. Not a bad stream. Knock on wood. we're making our way. Take a look outside here for a moment. So yeah, no banker in the back, so we don't have that extra push, although I don't think, like I said, I don't think we really need it. These three AC 4400s should be up to the task all on their own. I don't think we need any help in the back. So, yeah. Dropped a little bit of speed. I'm going to get back up to notch 4 and see how we do with that. Now I think at some point we will, the grade will flatten out again. But it's only for a short distance, and then we'll go back uphill again. Now they say this trip takes an hour and a half. I'm still a bit unsure of that. We'll see. We were 42 minutes in, and we're slowly making our way to Mance. So we'll see how that goes. Shall see. So where we're at, we're going past Salisbury, which I think we put the brake on. Oops. So Salisbury, I think, is like right somewhere over here. On that stretch, but I think our destination is going to be here. We're going to stop, I think, somewhere around there. I think. That's my guess. We'll see. Now, of course, I'm looking at the time that we've been recording, coming up on 44 minutes. But of course, that wasn't, we didn't get started right away. Like I wasn't already in the cab, ready to go, and then I came in here, then I started the stream. So, we'll see what it says at the end, how long it took us to do it. And also, remember, I don't mean to keep reminding people, Mance is there, okay? That is a direct shot. It's saying that there's less than 10 miles between here and here. I don't really think that's the case. It's saying 9.8, so take that with a grain of salt. I don't think it's legit, that distance. Because we do have to we are going to have to zigzag around to get there. We are kind of going, when we get up here, we're a little bit farther away, I think, from Mance. We'll see. But yeah, don't always take that with as a factual distance between where we're at on the map and our next via location. Yeah, because otherwise you can, man, why did it take longer? Oh, we gotta do the zigzag to the mountain. That's why. Hopefully everybody's having a good, it's 6:32, yep, in the southern tier of New York, as I like to call it. Hopefully you're well wherever in the world you are, whether it's later in the evening or early morning or the next day, whatever it is, hopefully you're well. Now, I should mention also, I have picked up another game that I will eventually do some videos on in the future. Not just yet, because I gotta kind of get the game sorted out and figure things out and whatnot. But I did buy Farming Simulator 19. One of the folks that I know who's a regular viewer on the streams that I watch for Train Simulator, I see there's quite a few people who do Farming Simulator, but they do it multiplayer. But there are quite a few other people who play the game solo. So once I kind of figure the game out, it's going to take some time because it's a lot to learn. I know nothing about farming, of course. I've been on a farm once, long time ago. When I was in Germany, I stayed with a German family who has an apple orchard, and so I would help pick the apples, and we took it into town to make fresh apple juice. But that's my only farming experience, really. Never lived on a farm or anything and did farming. Other than for that 1 week. So, lots of information to take in, lots of things to figure out. So, once I kind of get it all, kind of play the game and, make some mistakes and learn from those and all that, eventually I will do a solo farm simulator stream. So yeah, hopefully you find that entertaining. Yeah. It'll be a while. I probably won't get a good grasp of it until maybe summertime. To be honest, it's a lot of stuff to learn. So yeah. But like anything else with these simulation games, there's tons of people who made tutorial videos and things like that. There's lots of there's just with like this game, there's just a lot of information to take in. But how immersive you want to make it is entirely up to you. Which is a good thing. Because sometimes in simulation games, I think a lot of people feel it's better to be thrown in the deep end of the pool and you figure it out, which I don't really think that works out. A lot more people, I think, end up rage quitting because of that. So yeah, we're doing pretty good in Notch 3. It seems we're a little bit below the 25-mile-an-hour speed limit, but we're not dropping. The percentages stayed fairly constant, so I feel pretty good about where we're at right now. But, we're not struggling, and we're not breaking the speed limits either. We're not breaking the sound barrier going up this hill, that's for sure. We're not doing that. Some looks around the cabin here. Not that there's much to see. Pretty nice. I do kind of like the way that you can enter this way. There's a door here, and then there's another door inside that. I think that's pretty cool. not sure why they did that. I'd have to look up the history of the design of the 4400 and why they decided that. I'm guessing, it's an area where, you get in and out of the elements, and then you have another inner door there. Something, I don't know what the reason behind it is, but I'd have to look that up and find out why that is. But that's a pretty neat little spot. Or how they designed the entrance and all that. And the good thing is that the lights are not too overpowering, not too bright. Certainly you can make that brighter, I think, or you can make it dimmer. Yeah, that's dim right there. So yeah, that's perfect. Just to have a little bit of light on in the cab. Not that I think we need it, but we will a little bit. I'd like to have it on when we go in the tunnel. We'll just have the desk kind of lit up. That's about it. Nothing else. We could turn on the light over there. I don't think it's necessary. No, the other side is the only one that has yellow light. Back here in the corner here. We can turn those on. We'll see how those look when we go into the tunnel. How much light those really give off. Oh, we don't need a desk one. Just those two over there should be sufficient. I don't think we really need them, but I'll just throw them on just for the heck of it. Now, I think this looks like a light, but it's also looks like this. So I don't know if that's like a transponder thing or what. I mean, this looks like a GPS sort of system right here for tracking the train on the route. They know where it is at all times. This device here. So they can monitor your speed and everything. So if something happens, they know where you're at at all times. I don't know if that's a light or maybe something else. It does kind of look like maybe a camera. Could be a camera thing too, I don't know. But I would think that these locomotives would have... Oh, there's a tunnel over here. Well, there you go. That's what it looks like. So that's what's lit up. Yeah, not too bad. It's not overpowering. It's just right. I would think there's got to be camera systems. They may not show where they are. I would think they're built in somewhere for safety reasons to have those on, in case anything happens to the crew or whatever. They can kind of keep an eye on things. All right, we got a 30 coming up. Nice. Where are we at on the map? Alright, we're making our way there. Almost at an hour here. We got 55 minutes here shortly, according to the timer on my laptop that I have open with the Twitch stream going, just so I can keep an eye on things. Alright, drop that. We'll bring that back up to notch 3. So I'm wondering if we'll do a 30 and then it'll go back down to 25, or if we're getting close to the area on sand patch where I think 30 is the normal speed limit. This little river, creek, whatever it is. That looks really nice. Not all frozen and yucky looking. Look at that sky. Look at that. That is just really great. What a nice scene, huh? Other than the billowing smoke from the locomotives, that doesn't look too good. But otherwise, I mean, that's just really beautiful. Right next to this river. You know what would be kind of cool to do if they could. I know it might be a bit much for them to do because it would be an added layer thing that would be really too much work for them. If we had like a couple people out here in this river fishing, you know, or just a couple characters just sitting there, you know, this is their truck. And they're down there fishing, you know. I think that would be kind of a neat little scene to see on the route, you know. That would be pretty awesome. You know, just here and there. Not a lot of people, just, you know, a few here and there. You know, just sitting on the bank with a fishing line in the water. Or standing in the water, maybe like they're going to be fly fishing or something. I think that would be pretty cool. So just add a little bit more, but I know that's extra work for them to put that in there. And we're lucky that we got the moving cars on the roads. I think, but they do make some really weird 90-degree angle turns. It's not very natural, and I know that won't never be. It's just, you know, they're trying to have that just to show, you know, some movement in the towns and stuff like that. Which is fun. I do appreciate that. But it, you know, if there's ever a time that they could put that in, yeah, look, if we go 30 and we go right back down to 25. By the time my last car isn't even going to get past that 30 to go up to 30, we're going to be right back down to 25 again. Stuff like that doesn't make much sense to me. Why that does that, but oh well. It is what it is. So, where we at? Well, we're slowly getting there. We're making our way. I didn't know there's where the bell is. Huh. That's kind of a weird spot for it. Just noticed that. Okay, there's your brake system there with that chain, I believe. Let's see if it... Yeah, see, there it goes. And then... Yeah, look at that. That's pretty neat. Ooh, boy. Boy, we really... Wow. I think if we lose that much speed going up... Yeah. It did get to 30 now, we're right back on the 25. Oh, we're getting there. So yeah, we'll look at our destination here once we get past Mance. like we're right near a road. There's a car right there. What are they doing up at 6:20 in the morning? Brighter and brighter. Look at that sky. Look how different it is now. You got more blue in the sky, with the clouds and everything. The moon still. Yeah, looks good. Can't beat that. We could try, but yeah, I'm sure there's other games that have just as beautiful scenery, maybe. But really like this. This is great. All right, we're just now past the hour mark. I had considered, and I don't know, because the one thing, my one kind of bugaboo about this game, if you want to call it that. A little pet peeve or whatever. Anyway, I wish there was multiple slots for saving the game. So like if I wanted to save where I'm at right now here on Sandpatch Grade and then go into another route, say I started passenger service on Peninsula Corridor, for instance, and I get maybe halfway through that, and then I'm like, oh, I don't know, I think I'm gonna go to bed. So I've got an hour into this one, and maybe 45 or maybe 20 minutes into Peninsula Corridor. If I save here right now and go to Peninsula Corridor and save that, it's gonna overwrite this save. So I really wish there was, maybe 2 or 3 save slots somehow. So you could, because this is a long route, and sometimes it is well over 90 minutes from start to finish, to get it done. Especially if you hit a spot where you got to sit at a red light for some time. So that's one thing that I wish they would give us is multiple save slots. Or at least, 2, maybe 3. I think 3 is reasonable. I don't think you need more than that. So if you wanted to work, like you got an hour into this route like I have, and you're like, okay, this is going to take some time, and I don't have 2 hours to do everything. I have an hour and a half, but it's going to take me more than that, obviously. We've got, according to what Dovetail thinks is going to take, how long it takes for somebody to complete this. We're now into an hour and 4 minutes. 26 minutes from now, we are not going to be pulling into our destination. It's probably going to be more like another hour, really. When you've got things kind of capped at a speed limit like 25 miles an hour, certainly right now only an 0.8% grade is not too steep. It's manageable. Yeah, it takes a long time to do this. There's no doubt about it. And I really wish they either need to reevaluate how long it takes, be more honest about it. I know that may turn some people away from the route, but it is what it is. Some people may not like it at first, but they may come back to it later on and say, okay, I'll give this a shot. So yeah, I think they really need to be a little bit more practical about how long it takes to complete Sandpatch Grid. Um, but yeah, I thought about it. What if I just saved, did this, maybe I stopped at Mance, got through there and then saved that, from there at that point. But if I, as buggy as this game is sometimes, and I've not had, other than that last time I was here on this route, I've not had any crashes in the game necessarily. So, but it's always better to save where you're at, especially on a long route like this. When we get to Mance, when I get past that via point, I am going to save the route, just on the off chance. And I should have done it last time I was on here. If I had thought about it before I started messing around, I would have put I would have saved where we were at, because we were coming close to the end of that whole journey, that whole time. So I kind of feel like I got robbed out of that, out of that service. So I will save just to be on the safe side, and then, of course, once we get past Salisbury, I'll save it again there. And so at least, if something happens, I'm not too far off from the destination. And hopefully, the other thing too is, what happens if you try to go in and, here comes a service heading towards Cumberland. Beautiful AC4. There's the loaded coal for 3 locos. Let's see if they have any. They have a banking service on the back of this one. Wow, it's a pretty long chain. Nope, no banking service. Let's go to notch 4, because now we're at a 1.6% rate. Still chugging along at a 25 mile an hour speed limit. There's 3 AC 4400s. You hear the spins of the engine there. Not a huge struggle for those 3 locomotives together. Doesn't sound like. But yeah, that's I thought about that too. But yeah, I don't want a chance, going into another route and then feel like, oh, I think I better save, because it's just, I get that funny feeling that the game's getting ready to crash on me. But then I inadvertently overwrite everything I've done on this route. So, what I may do every other Saturday, so this Saturday will be Santa Pat Saturday. Next Saturday we'll do like Long Island Railroad, and then let's get the notch to it, just to keep the engines going. We'll do like Long Island Railroad, for instance, first. Then we'll do a UK route, like Tees Valley, and then we'll do a German route, or either something French, or either Germany or France. So we'll throw everything in, try to get everything in the mix. I think 3 routes on Friday and Saturday is good. I'll try to do like passenger freight passenger, or freight passenger freight, just to kind of mix it up as well. So yeah, we'll do that. What else was I gonna say? But yeah, but then the week after next, so 2 weeks from now, we'll do Santa Pat Saturday again, and that will be it. We won't do any other routes that day because, I mean, if this is going to take 2 hours, I think that is more than sufficient for one day. You know, it's a lot to do in one sitting and then do 2 other routes after that. I don't, that's too much for me to do. So yeah, every other Saturday will be Sandpack Saturday, for sure. Because I do like this route and I don't want to, but, you know, for Fridays and Saturdays, we start off in America. It's either Long Island Railroad, Oakville Subdivision, Long Island Railroad. So that one we'll throw in with for an American route, and then this one. But we'll do, this will be a Saturday route for sure. And then Friday, you know, same thing for Friday, but Friday will be either Long Island, Oakville, or Minnesota. I think somewhere I have all the routes written down, and then I just got to make a calendar for myself. You know, now of course, my studies do come first. That's the priority. If I'm getting behind in things, or I have a major test coming up or something like that, then there just won't be, and I'll try to at least find a way to say something about it if possible. You know, but if you don't hear from me, if I don't post something, then it's just like, you know, just assume I'm not, you know, don't assume the worst, just assume that it's studies. If it's health related, that, you know, there's just not going to be any way I can tell anybody. So, yeah, if something happens, I'm in the hospital, whatever, it is what it is. But, you know, maybe afterwards I would just, you know, if I did have to be in the hospital for any reason, once I was able to start streaming again, I'd let everybody know what was going on. But I don't foresee that happening, knock on wood. So yeah, if I don't post on a Friday or Saturday, just go ahead and don't assume the worst, just assume that it's schoolwork related. You know, overlook that sort of stuff. I got to get stuff done, and, you know, that's important to me as well. As much as I would like to just sit here and make videos all day, that's not you know, I'm committed to my education, so what there is of it. Alright, we're almost there. As the crow flies, 2.3 miles. I think it's a little bit more than that, of course, but we'll see. Hasn't been a huge struggle so far. Let's see. Sun's still coming up. Look at that sky. Yeah, still got the moon. Weird. Honestly, it seemed like there's more to the moon than I don't know. Yeah, I would venture to say this area is probably deep in snow right now. Oh, there's the sun. Look at that. Look at it coming up over the hill. Look at that. That is nice. Nice bright sunny day on the sand patch today. May not be that way in real life, but it's that way to right now. Let's get back in the cab. I like to sit outside and write out here all the time, but that's breaking my own rule of not doing that. Alright. So this is 1.8. I like I said, I think that's just a straight shot. If we could just drive right through this area here and suddenly make a hard left and come back down this way. But yeah, that's we're getting there. So that'll be another 500 action points coming up for us here shortly. No major issues thus far, knock on wood. This is kind of rough, like I said, we got this nice, beautiful, the newer livery, the dark blue, the newer CSX logo, and then the classic gray and blue. Older logo, I believe. Very nice. And then we got these plain old empty cars in the back. Look like they've been beat up and all the amount of coal that's gone through there over the years, maybe. But those outside, look at that, those look too pristine. Something's not right about that. They need to rough these up a little bit, I think. This will look really used. Gives some authenticity to them. I don't think we need this on anymore. Because now we got that glow. Matter of fact, I don't even think we need this on. See if that changes. No, it must be. It's interesting. Why would that? We don't need that one on anymore either. Or that one. It's almost, yeah, it's almost like there's some kind of light coming through on there. Oops. Speeding. But yeah, those blinds are kind of useless, it looks like, aren't they? Yeah, there's just a bit of glow on that screen, but that's okay. Alright, yeah, we're definitely getting closer now. So look at that. We're 78 minutes in. We're just under a mile away from Nance. There's no way we're going to make it the rest of the way in 10 minutes. I can tell you that right now. Because we still got from there. Basically, we'll just go ahead and kind of show that a little bit. So from there, somewhere up towards the top there, I guess, something like that. Yeah, to get to complete. So yeah, an hour and a half. But like I said, we'll see at the end how much time it took us to complete this route. I'm just looking at how long we've been recording. We're almost at an hour 20. But the game clock, from what I understand, is not it's like it's sped up a little bit. So we'll see. I don't remember what time I started recording. I want to see, one of these days I really need to track it and see how close it takes in real life compared to in-game. Alright, we're almost there. We gotta come around this bend and we'll make another turn and we'll just follow that horseshoe basically right there. Now I think once we pass Mance, I don't know if we're still going uphill past that or if I think we do. Once we get past That's interesting. Yeah, I think once we get past Mansell, we start to down. I forget. It's been a while since I ran from Cumberland up towards Salisbury. I don't remember. Alright, we're almost there. Well lit front locomotive there. Now look at that sun. Looking good. All right, we're getting there. Gauge light dimmer. See, I wish. See that button? You can't even use it. Unfortunately. Alrighty. 5.9 miles of salt. Okay, so let's take a look at where Salisbury's at. Way up there. Again, that looks like more than 5.9 miles. But that's, I think, again, that's a straight line between there and where we're at. And then, alright, let's see where we're at for, and then we're going to Rockwood Main No. 1. So that should be, it's one of these, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to go up this way. So basically what will happen is I think we're going to pull in probably up to about here, I think. And then basically it would be loading the coal and heading on down, or stopping there and then you'd run the locomotive back around or something, but however it's going to work out, I don't know. Oh, it says 6.1 now. I thought it said 5.9. Oh well. I must be losing my mind. But yeah, we should be coming up. There should be, so going the opposite direction, you go via Sand Patch, and that's where essentially you start the downward portion of your trip, the downhill section. Yeah, but hopefully I think we're getting into the area of the, hopefully it'll go up to 30 and stay at 30, 35-ish. I think it goes up to 35 at some point too. So yeah, we're doing okay. We haven't had to drop too far below. I'm if I can just kind of get the throttle back up just a bit. Feel pretty good that we've maintained a pretty steady pace the entire time, for the most part. Other than when I did realize that the speed had bled off so much. But yeah, doing good. Well, do greatly appreciate my one viewer for sticking around the entire time. Appreciate it. Hopefully you've enjoyed it so far. That's the one thing I noticed that Twitch does not have. Right? There's no way really for somebody to like leave the stream or give the stream a thumbs up. You know, like, oh yeah, I'm really liking this, and at least a thumbs up would let me know that they're enjoying it. But yeah, I don't think they have that during the live stream. I don't think. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know much about Twitch, to be honest, other than it's the only way. I can't stream straight to YouTube. I can't do a live stream on YouTube through my Xbox. But that seems to work out. People who are on PlayStation, I think they can do that a lot easier. Oh, excuse me. Or they, I think some of them still use Twitch too. But they may not load their videos to YouTube later on. I don't know. But yeah, thank you for my 1 year. Hope you're enjoying it. How are we doing on that? Looks like we're going to go through a tunnel here shortly. Still got quite a bit of distance to cover yet, so that's okay. But we should start to go downhill here in a moment. Yep. Okay, so there's the 35. I'm just going to kind of let this close for a bit. There's 30. I really wish we could ride outside. Just to get a little bit of light in there. Yeah, tunnel's not too much farther to go. It'll be nice to pick up some speed, but again, it'll be easier to do with the what do you call it? The going downhill. We should be able to manage the speed fairly well. With the brakes, we shouldn't have any issues maintaining our speed. Of course, we don't want a runaway train either. As fun as that might be. One day, I'm going to see, I do want to record it. I want to see what happens if we, will the train derail? I think it will, but we'll find out. Yeah, I'm going to leave these on. This not hurt. Will the train derail? I think it will, but we want to find out. At what point will it happen? All right, yeah, now we're starting to go downhill. But yeah, I think that would be kind of a fun video to do. So yeah, one of these days I want to do it just to see what happens. And I've been kicking around the idea. It may not be on this route, But I've been kicking around the idea of doing an ASMR type stream on a route. Maybe like maybe like Isle of Wight. Yeah, maybe we'll do something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I've been thinking about that one for a bit. So, yeah, maybe for fun we'll do something like that too. We'll do that like on the... We'll get done with... Or maybe just one day, you know, like if I do a stream on a Friday, and we do, like, say, Long Island Railroad, Isle of Wight, and... an ice service on one of the like Munich to Augsburg or Schnellfahrstrecken Bonn to Aachen. Yeah, maybe something like that. That would be fun. Alright, we're going to use the power brake, or the dynamic brake, I'm sorry. I keep thinking power, but dynamic brake. We're going to kind of bleed off a little bit of speed, and then we'll let that go here shortly. And get down to about 25. Oh, wow. Alright, how about 20? And we'll just let it coast for a bit. So yeah, much easier to manage the speed with empty cars behind you. But it won't take long for us to build that speed. Yeah, look at that. Starting to pick up already. Let's take a look at the map. Still feels like we got more than 5.1 miles to go. But that's okay. Now, I don't think Rockwood's here. I think Rockwood is this one. Is there a mine here? No, there's the mine here. There's the one down here. Oops, yeah, one down there. Those are the only two that I remember. Oops. We'll find out. Because it's not saying stop and back up, I don't think. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Alright, so we are now at the max for right now, 35 miles an hour. Doing good, doing good. Take a little bit of the speed off and we'll let the brakes go for a bit. Ooh, I am tired. I did not sleep well last night at all. It was like a conjunction of two naps was my sleep. Slept, woke up for a while, then went back to sleep. Yeah. I may take my books to bed and read for a bit before I pass out. I mean, it's only 7:30, but it feels like it's much later. Maybe because I am tired. I love this. This is one of my other favorite bridges there in this game, on this route. Really nice. Really nice ironwork. Oh, it's a road. Oh. Looks like it's not even used for driving anymore. It looks like it's used for like a walking bridge or something. It looks like an old railroad bridge, to be honest. They just took out the railroad. And the ties and the the rail lines. And I've seen that before. Some areas, like where my mom and stepdad live in Northern California, there's an area that it's an old trail that when a railroad used to run up there where they live. Well, way before they ever moved up there. We're talking back maybe 1800s and whatnot during the gold rush era. But all that's gone now, and they paved it. And you can walk that line. Not sure how far it goes. Or well, I don't think anybody's walking on it now because they did have that fire a few years back. They called it the Camp Fire that destroyed the town of Paradise, California. Yeah, my folks live just above Paradise in the Magalia area, and Magalia was hit pretty hard too. So yeah, there's not many people probably around walking on it and on that trail. And I'm sure there was a lot of dead wood and stuff that they had to clear out on there. So anyway. I'm not paying attention to the speed. We're over speeding a little bit. Nothing too dramatic, nothing too major. It's okay. So yeah, once we get to, I'm thinking it's past south. I'm almost certain we're going to go up into here somewhere. So we're going to come off of here. Well, there's a train sitting there. Huh. And then we're going to come up one of these areas here into, then we'll stop it there. Yeah, we're doing good on time, I think, overall. It's not too bad. We were already past an hour and a half, almost at an hour and 38 minutes. So, yeah, been really enjoyable. I'm glad I almost wasn't going to do this tonight, but I thought I'd like to get in. I've not. This week has just been really kind of crazy, and so yeah, I just wanted to get in here and do a route, and before I call it a night. Get some reading done and all that. So, but yeah, I'll be posting this as soon as this is done. I'll hop over and download it and get it posted on my YouTube channel for everybody else to enjoy. I have recently grown the channel, and I do greatly appreciate the shout-outs that Richard Trainspotter377 has given me. I want to give him another shout-out. And the British Ace, Joe. Joe's his name, but his YouTube is The British Ace. Check them both out. Subscribe to them if you haven't already. They're both really top-notch YouTubers. But yeah, Richard was giving me some shout-outs recently that, about my YouTube channel, so I greatly appreciate that. Cheers to you, mate. If you're watching this after the fact at some point, just know that I do appreciate your help in driving some traffic my way. I'm up to 30 subscribers on my YouTube channel now, so greatly appreciate that. I don't know that I'll ever get up to like 500, 600, it'd be nice, but it's not, I'm not, I'm just doing this for fun, just trying to spread some enjoyment about this game to other folks as well. I could have easily, I was telling Richard the other day in chat. I was watching the stream. You know, if it really wasn't for him and Joe, you know, wouldn't have learned more about the game. You know, so you know, it's easy to come in here and just you want to go fast. You know, and when I first bought this route, you know, and I didn't know either one of them. I hadn't watched any of their streams. I didn't really. I was a bit frustrated with this route because I was like, I don't know what to do, what's going on. But you know, this game especially, it does teach you a lot of patience. Whether it means to or not is up for debate, but it does. It will, especially this route. I said at the beginning, this route will. Either you're going to develop some patience or you're just going to be like, no, I'm just not going to ever go on this route. And it's easy, you know, I've talked about this before. It's easy to become, you know, disgruntled with things when, you know, things are not apparent in the game. You know, I know that's how I felt when I first started playing Destiny, the very first one that came out. It didn't make any sense, you know. Like, okay, what am I supposed to be doing here, you know? But you know, when you start to watch other people, especially when they're doing live streams, you're like, oh, that's what that does. Oh, I totally didn't know that. I should have done this thing instead, you know, whatever. Or, you know, as I have alluded to, a lot of times it's easy to forget about setting up the brakes in the AC 4400, and people just give up because they're just like, it doesn't make any sense. You know, I've got the reverser, it's going forward, and I've got the brakes. You know, they're all released, but I cannot move. And more often than not, it's simply forgetting to set up your air brakes because it's not something that is readily, you know, tips you off. You know, there's nothing that says, oh, you know, don't, like the character that normally sits in the second seat over there. You know, there's there's nothing there, nobody to say, oh, hey, by the way, don't forget to set up your brake system on the computer screen there. You know. So it's easy to forget sometimes, especially because there's so many routes, and if you don't play this route on a consistent basis, it's easy to forget because you get so used to just hopping into a train, you release the brakes fill up with air or whatever, and bam, you're ready to go. This one, you have to really, really watch what you're doing. Otherwise, you won't go anywhere, and then you know you get frustrated and you start cursing at the TV, and you know, just about throw your controller through the TV or through the wall or through the window or whatever. But that doesn't really solve anything either. So, yeah, I really do appreciate Richard and Joe watching their streams. I am a mod on Richard's stream. He approached me about that, and I was really I wasn't prepared to be asked to do that, you know, because watching their streams, both Richard and Joe, people come in and just go like, "Can I be a mod?" And I'm like, "Wow, that's a pretty bold thing," you know. You just come into somebody. Now I don't, you know, maybe it's people that have watched their streams for some time and thought, well, I'll keep asking until they say yes. But Richard approached me and I said yes, and I'm really happy that I've been able to help him out in the stream and try to keep things positive, and you know, we crack jokes and whatnot. You know, but I'm really thankful that he gave me that opportunity to help him out, and you know, hopefully I keep doing a good job for him. You know, it's not, I'll tell you, I never, you know, when you're watching a stream and there's mods there, it's not an easy thing. It really isn't. It looks easy, but it's not, because you're dealing with people who've got a lot going on, and of course we all have our own things going on. That's just life. And you try to be sympathetic to people, of course. Nobody's perfect. Nobody is without issues or whatever. Some hide them better than others. I think we all, I think we all are capable of doing that. All right, real quick, let's just see where we're at on the map. Oh, right there. Okay, getting close. But you're dealing with a lot of, well, I guess human nature. Everybody's got their thing going on in life. Some people just aren't affected by everything that's going on. They just try to remain positive, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I'm finding that it is not as easy as it appears to be, because you're dealing with people who aren't always their honest best. They don't always appreciate that people are trying to be positive and trying to just enjoy the game for what it is, for instance, or whatever else. They don't like that. Misery loves company, as they always say. I'm really honored that Richard asked me to be a mod on his stream. He's has gone so far to call me a top mod, and I have not been modding very long on his channel. So I do greatly appreciate that too, Richard. If you're listening, like I said, hopefully you will watch this at some point. I do greatly appreciate that sentiment, and I'm hoping that I can continue to do that for you. I just try to do things to lift his stream up, be positive, but also, lots of people are going through a lot of negative feelings over this past year. It's understandable, but, if you need to talk to somebody, really you should be seeking professional help. So I'm really thankful for that opportunity, and I always learn something, even when I'm modding the stream. People will say some things. Let's see if I was correct on the. Oh, we're just stopping there. Okay. I thought we were going to actually go all the way up in there, but we'll stop right there. Perfect. Rockwood Main. I thought it said Rockwood Mine. Boy, man. I got glasses on. For some reason I thought it was going to be Rockwood Mine. Oh well. Anyway. So, I'm really thankful for that opportunity. It is quite it's a lot to deal with. It's not always it's hard. It does take a lot of energy to stay positive and try to steer people into a positive direction in the chat, or just say, hey, we've given you some fair warnings about your behavior, and there's going to be courses of actions that are going to be taken. You're not going to like it. Sometimes we've had to time people out. Other times we just outright kick them out of the stream. And, don't want it to get to that point, but some people just can't respect other people's space. And that's what it really is. It's his space. It's not mine. I'm just a part of it, But at his request. That's the way I look at it. Hopefully I'll be there as long as possible. Hopefully I never leave under. Oh, look at this! Wow, look at all those. That's a mixed freight. Huh. Nice. Looking a little different. boxcars, tankers. Yeah. Let's see if this one's got a banker on the back. Does not look like it. Huh. Interesting. There was only 2 locomotives. I think they were 2 AC 4400s, but I could be wrong. It might have been a 4400 and a Dash 8. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So I'm really thankful for that opportunity. It was completely unexpected because the funny thing is when I hear people question, "Can I be a mod? Can I be a mod? Can I be a mod?" And nope, we got plenty of mods right now. Thank you. So I never imagined that I would be asking because I thought we really had enough people. So yeah, cheers, mate. Yeah, really, that was really glad to be able to help you out. Hopefully this time now you're the speechless one again. that's we're gonna go back and forth on that. Today, the last day or so, he's made me kind of speechless when he's called me a top mod, and I'm just like I don't feel like it. I just try to do what I think is correct and try to promote the channel during the stream and his merch and his Discord server. And, try to encourage people to subscribe to him and leave a thumbs up in the stream. Yeah, that's all I try to do. All right, we're getting there. Apparently about 5 miles from Rockwood Main 1. Seems again like it's more than that, but we get there. And then we'll be ending up here shortly. As soon as that's done, we'll call it a night, and we'll see how long what the game says it took, how long it took. One of these days, I will keep a timer going just to see what, in real world time, how long it takes. It just feels like it takes, I think we've been going on about 2 hours now. Well, yeah, because I started this at almost 6, or yeah. So yeah, we've been going about 2 hours. So yeah, I guess, yeah, an hour and a half is not legit. There's just no way. I can't. I'll be surprised if that's what it says in the game when we get there. Because then I'll know, like, no, that's no, that's not true. There's no way that's true. All right, kind of getting some speed again up here, up to 45, and I think we'll go up to 50 at some point, and then we'll be pulling into our stopping area, if I remember correctly. Like I said, it's been a while since I've run it this direction. Usually I go from around here down to Cumberland. So I figured today we would do the opposite direction. Have some fun going this way. But yeah, now look at it. It's all sunny out. Yeah, look at that. Sun's up now. Got more light. Really nice. Really nice. Give a couple toots of the horn just because. Oh, power lines. For some reason, I almost thought there was like a bridge or something up there. I'm like, wait a minute. What is that? That looks like... Those are lights. Like, that looks like a mine or something up there. Yeah. Huh. This is the first time I really noticed that, I think. Huh. Okay. Interesting. I don't think I ever noticed that before. Saw something new. Isn't that something? Very cool. I saw something new on the sand patch grade. Alrighty. Yep, almost there. And again, thank you to my one viewer. Greatly appreciate you sticking around the entire time. Hopefully it's been fun and entertaining, like I said. And just another quick reminder as we get close to the end here. Do check out my Flickr page. Thousands and thousands of photos. And also my Redbubble for some merch. And my SoundCloud for my cheeky radio shows that I did for radio production class. I am quite proud of that. I won't lie. I'm going to tell you a quick story. The first day of class, with all classes at school, especially at community college and university, they like to do the whole let's go around the room and introduce yourself, right? So I think I was like the first one or so that introduced himself, because it's like, well, we're going to start on this side of the room. Let's start with this guy over here. So I introduced myself. Now I do one of the professors, Professor Evans, Ed Evans. Really, again, top guy. I really always enjoyed my conversations with him. Always gave me good advice. Very supportive. Truly just one of those people that I'd move mountains for if I could. If he asked me to, I would. But anyway, so I introduced myself and all that. I was pretty much older, other than Professor Evans and the other instructor, Ray Scott. That's right, almost said Stevens. Ray Scott. He graduated from the same community college as I did. He worked in the radio field. He was a DJ at a local radio station. So he was always coming in twice a week during his lunch break. He gave that up to come and teach us the ins and outs of the radio station there on campus. It was an internet radio station. Anyway, I'll never forget this. God, I don't have anything against Ray Scott, but I was just like, what the deuces? So he basically was like, I said, this is who I am, and basically I'm looking forward to the class. And I was nervous, I won't lie. I didn't know what to expect. I've never done anything like that before. Sitting down and talking into a microphone. I was like, oh man, I don't know how I'm going to do it. And so he's like, well, Rob, you're an old guy in the class. I'm like, okay, yeah. thanks, Captain Obvious. That's what I'm thinking. And he's like, I just don't see how you're going to be successful in this class. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I ended up being one of the few people that consistently turned work in. Once I got through my first show, which was not easy, I was nervous as all get out. I won't lie. I really was. I was like fumbling around with the knobs. I was like I was forgetting how to do everything, and I was just like, let me get through my first hour. And once I got comfortable doing the show, it got a lot easier. Once you get over that first initial doing that first show, and you just keep working at it, keep trying, and and all that, it gets easier. And I surprised a lot of people. I think they did not expect that I would do the shows so well. And part of it was, I learned, is I would go in wearing a shirt and tie. If I dress professionally, even though I'm on radio, then I just felt like my show sounded professional. And so yeah, it was a lot of fun. So do check those out. I really enjoyed it. Hopefully it comes across that way in the recordings that are on my SoundCloud that I did post on there. Yeah, so please do listen to those. And again, there is an interview, practice interview that Ed recorded with me to share with the students to kind of give them a feeling of how do you do a interview for a radio station with a guest. How to break it up into small segments so that people stay tuned in. So, yeah, I was really happy to help him out with that. Honestly, if he called me right now and said, "Hey, will you have some time to work on a project with me?" I would make time for him, definitely. Really, I can't, I can't be thankful enough for his guidance during my time at the community college. So, matter of fact, I haven't talked to him in a while. I need to one day shoot him a text and say hello. But yeah, really top-notch guy. Matter of fact, I think what I'll do when I get ready to post this, I will include a link for those that who don't know who Richard Trainspotter and the British Ace. I will link their YouTube channels in my description area. So if you're not already, and I think a lot of people who are subscribed to them or watch them are here on my channel watching my stuff. So yeah, if you haven't already, go please and check them out. Give them a subscription. They would greatly appreciate it, and I would appreciate you kind of showing them some support as well that they've shown me. So, all right, we're almost there. Wow. Let's pop outside so we get a nice. Because I think just after that yellow, guess what's going to be on that? Just on the other side of that stopping point. There it is, right there, the notorious red light, the harbinger of doom on the route. Like, oh, you know what I haven't done? Oh, you know what? Let's do it now. Let's pause this. Save right now. Let's save it right now before I forget. Ooh, I almost forgot. So yes, now if something happens, I can just reload it, go back in from the save, and hopefully not run a red light. Not that I think I will, but just on the off chance that I do a SPAD, as they call it. Yeah, I'd rather be able to start right from here again and be able to. Hopefully we will not do that. I don't think we will. You just never know. And there's nothing more frustrating. And I've done it. There's nothing more frustrating after spending over 2 hours and then you run a red light at the very end and you're screwed. So, yeah. Better to save it now, just on that off chance that that's exactly what happens. There it is. Rat bastard red light. Oh. Mr. Singleton, I'll pay you $50 and turn that into a yellow just to be safe. uh, there's nothing that makes a route more stressful, in my opinion, than seeing a red light just past our stop mark. There's truly nothing worse. I really wish there was a way that they would give you just a bit more of a breathing. I mean, I guess there is a little bit, but as touchy as the brakes can be on some of these locomotives and all that, it's better to be safe than sorry. But I think we're going to be okay here. I'm just going to coast it in. We are picking up a little bit of speed, but I think we'll be okay. I think we're not under any threat of a spat here. No, look at that. Right on the money. There we go. Look at that. An hour 56 time taken in the game. Yeah, that's about correct, I guess. So, well, that's for the game. So, yeah, that's probably about right. 50.3 miles. There we go. So, that will be it for tonight. Thank you so much for my one viewer for sticking around the entire 2 hours, just over 2 hours now. So I will see you next week on Friday. We'll start getting